Hi guys. Hello everyone. Welcome all of you. I hope I'm audible and visible. Quick yes or no. Yeah guys. I'm myself not audible or visible to myself. Okay, if I'm audible and visible, please give me a yes also. If you're already here, please hit the like button. Please share the session with your friends and family, those who are interested in joining in, who want to practice reading comprehensions. And of course, do make sure that you have subscribed to the chat, because, of course, if you have not subscribed, then this entire activity will be wasted. So, do make sure you have subscribed and that you are ready. Okay? All right. So, let's get started with the reading comprehension. Let me take a minute and see if you have joined in. Okay, hi everybody. Welcome all of you. Can you all quickly give me a like or something or something? Quick, quick, quick. Give me a yes, no. Give me your names in the chat box. Whatever. At least let's get to know each other. Let me see if you're here. Let me see your names. Okay. All right, let's get started with the reading comprehension. Guys, these 25 sessions that we are going to be doing are going to be of great help to you, because they're going to help you, take this to your CAT preparation to an amazing level. All right, let's start. Let's read the passage and we will take it forward. Okay, here you are. So I'm going to give you a minute to read this passage, and then I'll discuss it with you and then we'll carry on. Okay, here you go. Come on, guys. So let's take a look at this passage. It says India and Canada agreed on Tuesday to send their high commissioners back to each other's capitals and gradually activate bilateral engagement mechanisms. That so we are going to go back to the good relations that we had. Wonderful. Signaling a reset in ties. So we're now going back to normal. After Prime Ministers Narendra Modi and Mark Carney met on the sidelines of the G7 summit in Alberta. Thank goodness they met, and now things will go back. This was the first in person interaction between the two leaders since Carney assumed office following Canada's general election in April. Both sides agreed to take calibrated and constructive steps to restore stability in the relationship. So both have decided to come back to normal, beginning with the early return of high commissioners to each other capitals. So the high commissioners go back. The Indian readout on the meeting said, amazing, we're now going back. The leaders underscored means to underline or define, to mark the importance of restarting senior ministerial as well as working level engagements across various domains to rebuild trust and bring momentum to the relationship. They want to speed it up, obviously. The Canadian readout make it clear that Ottawa's concerns regarding transnational crime and repression, flagged repeatedly following Canada's accusation of an Indian government hand in the killing of Khalistani activist Hardeep Singh Nijjar in British Columbia in June 2023, remain. So Canada is still saying that they think India is responsible. Okay, so that's very important in this relationship, huh, guys? All right, let's look at the next one. This was articulated by Carney when he told reporters, we have had a discussion on the importance of having a law enforcement dialogue, not just dialogue, cooperation directly, and the importance of addressing transnational repression. So they're trying to do that. So the Canadians are interested. Obviously, there is a judicial process that's underway, so there is something that is going on, and I need to be careful about further commentary. So the PM of Canada is saying that they still have to pay attention to this. They're still very concerned. Carney was responding to a question from media on what he told Modi about the Niger murder. Earlier this month, after Canada belatedly extended an invitation to Modi to extend the G7 summit as a guest, Carney told reporters that the rule of law would take its course in the Niger probe, and I am not going to disrupt that process. So he said they're going to keep doing it. Canadian Sikhs at Calgary had staged a protest over Modi's presence in Alberta. So the Canadian Sikhs are not happy. The Canadian government wants to appease the Sikhs and they want to take care of them, right? So that's your passage. Very interesting, very short, very sweet. Let's look at what we have spoken about. So this passage spoke about the fact that India and Canada have had some sort of a souring of relations, and now they're starting to reset it when just now when in Alberta, Mr. Modi met Mr. Carney. They had a side summit, and they've agreed to that. Okay, all right. So here is your first question: which of the following best represents the principal objective of the passage? Excuse me. So what is it that the author is trying to say here? Take a minute, read, and then give me the answer, guys. Come on. Everyone, I need some answers. Quick, quick, quick. What is the principal objective of the passage? Why has the author written this passage? You understand now? The objective is, what is it that the author really wants to tell you? Is he trying to highlight Canada's accusations against India in the Niger investigation? Is he trying to delineate the cautious diplomatic recalibration between India and Canada following a bilateral meeting? Is he trying to provide a comprehensive account of public dissent in Canada regarding PM Modi's visit? Or is he trying to explore the legal implications of transnational repression in Indo-Canadian relations? So what is he trying to do? You must take a look at that. Come on, guys. Quickly. So what is the principal objective of this passage? What is he trying to do? What is the author talking about in this passage? We've understood this passage, haven't we? So when the author talks about this passage, he's essentially saying that these guys have met, these guys have done this, they have, So he's trying to tell you about what is happening, right? And what they have, I got on my phone also. So he's essentially, let's take a look. When you have these purpose questions, what do you do? How do you look at these? So the very first thing you should do is look at this first verb that is there. To highlight, to delineate, to provide, to explore. So number 4, let's take a look. Was he exploring the legal implications of transnational repression? Was the author doing that? No. Was he providing a comprehensive account of public dissent in Canada? No, he was not giving you that. He just is in one line he has done this. To delineate the cautious diplomatic recalibration, how he's underlined, underscored to define how this diplomatic recalibration is happening. So yes, this can be an answer. To highlight Canada's accusation, was this passage to tell you about Canada's accusation? No. So the best answer here is going to be option number B, which will say that there was diplomatic recalibration between India and Canada after this bilateral meeting. Okay. All right. Let's quickly check our answers. Yes, correct answer is B, of course. That was a very simple question here. All right, let's look at the second question. All of the following statements are consistent with the content of the passage except. So which question, which statement is not consistent? Remember, the except questions are like this. So when you test something on consistent and then you have an except, so essentially it is saying that something that is not consistent. Okay, so it is not aligned with what we are saying. Okay, so it is not aligned. So that is what you are looking at. Come on, guys, very quickly. Let me get some answers also from you guys. Guys, have you all hit the like button? Please make sure you've hit the like button. Everyone, take a moment and hit the like button. Of course, you know that it's your likes make our lives, man. So both nations have agreed to reinstate high commissioners as an initial step towards restoring bilateral engagement. So both nations have started doing that. The Niger investigation continues to influence Canada's stance on transnational repression. So does it do that? Are the Canadians worried about the Niger investigation? Prime Minister Carney explicitly ruled out future law enforcement cooperation with India. Has he ruled it out? And that leaders acknowledge the importance of reviving senior ministerial level dialogues. Now, take a look. Option number 1 was very consistent. So I'm cutting it out because I'm looking for something that's not consistent. Option number B was also consistent with the passage, so therefore cannot be my answer. Option D was also consistent. They have said that it is important to revive these senior ministerial dialogues. So A, B, and D are all consistent. Only option C is the one that is not consistent, and therefore your correct answer. Please remember, when a question says true plus except, okay, you are looking for something that is false. When a question says false plus except, right, you are looking for something that is true. Please remember this. So very important. When you're looking for something that is inferred plus except, remember that it is not inferred. Okay. So when you're looking at these questions, you must be very careful with your questions. There have been very tricky questions also in this. So if you see the question, please interpret it correctly and then do it. Okay. All right. Let's go to the answer. The correct answer was C. Let's look at the next question. Which of the following can be logically inferred from the details presented in the passage? So what can you infer from the passage? What will be the correct answer? Guys, can I have some likes, please? Quickly, everyone. Like the session, everyone. Also, please participate in the chat. Guys, every Friday at 8:30, we are doing this session. So please make sure that you're joining in, right? Every Friday at 8:30 p.m. Do make sure you're joining in. All right, let's take a look. So what can you infer from the details that have been presented in the passage? Diplomatic ties between India and Canada have returned to their pre-2023 status. The Niger case no longer influences bilateral discourse between the two countries. Despite renewed engagement, unresolved tensions continue to shadow Indo-Canadian relations. India has issued a formal apology concerning the allegations leveled by Canada. All right, so which of these is the correct answer? That diplomatic ties between India and Canada have returned to their pre-2023 status. Can I infer this? Not really, because we don't know if they have come back. Right? We know we have started building this, but have they come back? No. So I'm going to eliminate one. The Niger case no longer influences bilateral. It no longer influences is incorrect because Canadian Prime Minister saying it is influencing it. So 2 is incorrect. Despite renewed engagement, unresolved tensions are continuing to shadow Indo-Canadian relations is correct. India has issued a formal apology concerning the allegations. No, India has not issued any apology. So therefore not D. So the best answer here will be option number C. Okay, guys? I hope you got that. All right, let's go to the next one. Here's your answer. All right. Which incident mentioned in the passage serves as a tangible manifestation of public resistance to Prime Minister Modi's presence in Canada? Please understand that every time an example is given, okay, every time a name is taken, every time something in quotes is given, a quotation is given, every time some data is given, there is a purpose. So these form what you call the function question. Why has the author given you this? He's never going to ask you, Cat will never ask you, what is this? It will always ask you, why has he given this? Right? So again, here, some incident has been mentioned and it serves as a tangible manifestation of public resistance to PM Modi's presence in Canada. So you have to identify and tell me what incident is this that has been mentioned here. Okay. Take a moment, read, and tell me. Yes. All right, I'm waiting for your answers. Come on, guys, everybody. Give me some answers. All right, a parliamentary boycott led by Canadian opposition parties, protests orchestrated by the Sikh diaspora members in Calgary, a media blackout during the G7 summit involving Indian delegates, or a public rebuke issued by Canada's Foreign Affairs Ministry. Which of these is the correct answer? Now, the passage here had very clearly mentioned that the Sikh diaspora in Canada had, put out some protests. If you go back to the passage, it was mentioned also. So, therefore, this parliamentary boycott led by Canadian opposition parties would be incorrect. The protest orchestrated by the Sikh diaspora member in Calgary would work. A media blackout during the G7 summit was not mentioned in the passage, therefore, not correct. A public rebuke issued by Canada's Foreign Affairs Ministry would also not be correct because that is not being mentioned. So, the correct answer here is going to be, hi Prince, good evening, is going to be option number B. Okay. All right. Let's check if the answer is correct. Of course, it is. All right. Okay. So, guys, when you're solving any reading comprehension, one thing that is very important and that you should take care of is this very simple but very important. When you are reading, you must pay attention, and I've told you this before also, you must pay attention to certain things. Must always pay attention to the first and last lines of every paragraph. Okay. First and last line of every paragraph is something that you must pay attention to. Why? Because this is the topic sentence of the passage. Okay, it tells you, the first line tells you what is the topic, and the last line connects with the next topic. Okay, next sentence, next paragraph. So these two have to be read very carefully. If you want to see where the passage is going, you must always make sure that you do read the first and the last lines of the paragraph very, very well. Okay, so that's something that's very important. Whenever you're doing your reading comprehension, make sure you're reading the first and the last lines of the paragraph. Also, the second thing that is important, before you begin reading, you should look at the questions. Okay, of course, in today's session, I am not making you, or in these sessions, I will not make you look at the questions, but my suggestion is always that you look at questions first and then the passage. So read the questions first, then read the passage. The advantage of reading the question first is that you are able to identify what is it that you want to pay attention to, how you want to read the passage. Do you want to spend a lot of time? Is there any tone question that you want to pay attention to? So broadly, you know what you need to pay attention to while you're reading the passage. So therefore, it is very, very important that all of you make sure that you read the questions first and then the passage. All right, with that, I come to the end of today's session, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Otherwise, I will end today's session. Remember, every Friday at 8:30 we will have this session. Okay, Friday 8:30 p.m. we are going to be doing this session where I will bring to you one fresh RC. Please understand, this is not anything old. This is some very, very fresh, very beautiful, new, brand new reading comprehension that I'm bringing to you. So do make sure you're reading this. Do make sure you're paying a lot of attention and working at this. Okay. All right. I will see you next week. Thank you so much, everybody. Do remember to hit like, share, and subscribe. Of course, that makes my day. Thank you. Have a nice day. Adios, mere amigos. Hasta la vista. You have any inquiries? There is a number down below, right here in the screen. You can use that. Bye bye. Have a nice day, everyone. Hi kids. Hi Prince. Well, Prince, what you need to do is when you come to two options, you go back to the passage, look for those keywords and check your answer. Always it is something, it is the best way of doing it. Look for that keyword and read one or two lines above and below it and then spot your answer. That is how you should be able to eliminate. We will do a session on elimination. I will also teach you how to use the beast method. I know I keep talking about it, so we will definitely do something on the beast method, how to eliminate using beast. Do take advantage of that. All right, do make sure you join in. Hopefully, next week, maybe I will do the beast method with you guys. All right, everybody, thank you so much. Bye bye.